Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kaylee and today we are back on Walnut and we're not doing a decorating video today. Hello Agnes. She just like popped out of nowhere. We're not doing a decorating video. I just wanted to do a little extra video this week because I was feeling I had the energy for it, you know? But today we're going for a little villager hunt. So we'll be looking for a cute little fall farmcore villager. But first let's take a look at who we currently have. So right now, the only villagers that I plan to keep are Brofina, who is actually an autofill, so that was very lucky for us. And then I will keep Patty and Maggie. Maggie already has a place on the island, so she's good to go. We still have to decorate for Patty, and I might keep Bones, but I might also switch him out for a different lazy. So if we find another lazy villager today that we like more, we might end up kicking Bones out later. But yeah, that's what we're working with. Everyone else, Julian, Agnes, T-Bone, all of them are getting kicked out. So yeah, let's just head off to our first island. Alright, we made it to the first island. We'll see how many tickets it takes us. I only brought 20 tickets, so we'll see how many we go through. But our first villager is June, who definitely does not fit the island. But yeah, I am in a very like chatty mood right now, so I figured we could just go over a couple topics about like Animal Crossing in general and anything else that I come up with. But the first thing I thought about talking about was that right now I don't know, my brain is working on overdrive trying to think of like new island themes to do. I have so many islands like that I've kind of decorated in my head that I want to try out. They're just like so many themes that I've thought about, and it takes a lot not to start so many islands at a time because I currently have this island, which is a fall farmcore island, and then I have our stream island, which is like a storybook, nursery rhyme kind of inspired foresty island. And then I do have a little secret project that I'm working on that is another Animal Crossing island, and that one won't be coming out for a little bit, but I have been working on it a little bit early to try to get front load some of the work so I don't burn myself out. But I have 3 islands right now and I don't really want to add a 4th. Well, technically I have my like what I call my forever island, which is called Pebble, and I just do like slow kind of gameplay on that one. I'm trying to get all the villager photos. I'm doing the Critterpedia, all of that kind of stuff. Oh my god, it's Hippo. Honestly, one of the worst villagers in the entire game, and he decides to show his face. But yeah, I have a slow play, I guess you could call it, island that I don't really play on YouTube. I use that as like a island for myself. So like I said, I do the Critterpedia. I'm trying to get all the villager photos, and I just go day by day. I try not to time travel on that one. I'm doing Happy Home Paradise for real on that island, so I'm decorating all of the homes like they should be and just playing it slow, and I use that to keep me from like burning out because sometimes it is nice to play the game kind of the way it was intended to be, and I just use it as like some challenges. I had to step away for a second because my cat was in my office and wanted out. I don't know why they always like beg to come into my office because I like to close the door when I record because I have 2 dogs that are like relatively loud, and I live with another person. I live with my husband. So if he's making like any noise at all, sometimes it gets picked up in the mic. So I just close the door to my office. I have this office for like YouTube stuff, but also I like work in this office during the day for my 9-to-5 job. So I swear I sit in this office like 12 hours a day sometimes, and it's like nice to get out of here. But the cats will want to come in because they like to sit on the little couch that I have in here, but sometimes they randomly get the urge to leave and they like paw at my door, which is very annoying. But yeah, I just let my cat out. But I was talking about my like forever island, and I call it a forever island because I just plan on having it forever. Not that I want to, I mean, if I finish everything on it, I would definitely like get rid of it, but right now I call it my forever island just because I feel like that's like a trendy thing right now, is kind of having forever island. And I do wish I kept my island that I first got, like the one I made back in like March of 2020. Was that March when it came out or April? But when the game first came out, I created an island and it was called Swagville, which is low-key embarrassing because who names their island that? And it's not like I was a child naming it. I was like in my 20s and I named my island Swagville, which is embarrassing. But I sometimes have regret that I didn't keep that island because at the time I only had a Switch Lite and I just deleted the island because I wanted to restart and like decorate it. And I don't know, I got bored of the island, I guess, back in the day when I was playing it like the normal way. But I do have regret that I didn't finish it and I never saved like a dream address because I never really decorated it like completely. So I have like no memories of the island and I don't even think I have pictures of it on my Switch because I think I probably like ran out of space on that Switch with pictures that I've taken, especially because Happy Home Paradise like forces you to take pictures sometimes. So like all my Switches are like thumbnail pictures for my YouTube videos or my streams, and then a bunch of like blank rooms in Happy Home Paradise because half the time I don't play it for real. But yeah, I have that island and I kind of wish I had my first ever island, but this island Pebble is kind of what's filling that gap for me right now. So yeah, I have 4 islands: Fall Farmcore, my forever island, if that's what we're gonna call it, just for ease of talking about. And then we have our stream island, and then I have my super secret project island. But I have been craving so many other themes, and I just want to decorate them. Oh, it's Dobie. I would definitely have Dobie on this island, but we're actually going to have him on Marigold, which is our stream island, so I don't want to have him on double places. But honestly, he's probably like top 10 villager for me. He is so cute. Oh, another bottle. But I have a lot of themes that I want to do, and I've been so inspired by other people playing the game. There's a bunch of people on Instagram right now doing like a summer beach inspired island. Like I think it's Storybrooke, ACNH, and Squirrels Crossing. They're both doing really fun like there's another one, and I'm sorry, I'll put it on the screen if I remember, but they're all doing like a Crossmas in July kind of thing. I don't know, it's a fun little thing that they're doing with like a bunch of prompts for their islands, and I think it's so cute. So I've really been wanting to do like a summer themed island, and that was honestly one of the themes I had picked for stream islands. I had 4 that you guys picked from. One was a tropical resort, one was a medieval island, one was a Candyland themed island, and one was the one that you guys picked, which was the Storybook Island, which I'm actually very excited for. We just made a mood board for it and like planned out all the villagers and everything, and I'm just like really hyped to start decorating on it. When I'm recording this video right now, we haven't started decorating on it. I think we're actually going to start decorating it this coming Sunday, which is very exciting because that's also my birthday stream. Yeah, so that's good to look forward to. But I've also been thinking of like so many different things to do. I really have always wanted to do abandoned kidcore. And before I left YouTube for like 6 months, I had just started an abandoned kidcore island, and I actually recorded a build on that island that I recorded and everything and edited and like made the whole video for, and I just never posted it because I wasn't like too happy with the way the build came out. Oh my gosh, Cody, I have you on my other island. Yeah, but I wasn't very happy with how that build turned out, but I have so many ideas for like an abandoned island, especially kidcore. I want to do it in like the primary colors, but I also have a part of me that wants to do like a rainbow abandoned kidcore island. There's a bunch of people on Instagram that I see that have like super colorful islands, and it really makes me want to start one because it's just like such a vibe having so much color, and it's really fun. I know Marigold will have a bunch of color, but the island Walnut is basically just like yellow, brown, orange, green, so not a whole lot of color. So a part of me is like craving really bright, fun colors, but again, I don't want to start a new one. And on the topic of like bright colored islands, I really want to do like a pink, blue, purple, bright colored Kauai island. And I've been really inspired by Little Branches Crossing. They're working on a Sailor Moon island, and I've been watching their streams. I actually just watched one of their member streams today of them doing some terraforming, and they actually made their own code, like a moon code, which was really cool, because I could never do that. That was too much talent. And then Melissa Verse is also doing a really brightly colored moon island, and I'm like, do I want to do a moon island, or do I want to do a bright colored like city core-ish type of island? Because I think both would be really fun. And a moon island also, Tortuga Chronicles on Instagram, not recently, they're working on a couple different islands, but they had an all red themed island that was supposed to be like a planet or a moon, and that they just make the best islands ever, I swear. But the red moon one was so cool, and it's like another part of me that really wants to do a space one. And another person that's made a space one is Happy Place ACNH, Ray. She comes to our streams every once in a while. They did like I think they named it Cosmic or Cosmo, their island, and it was a really brightly colored like moon island, and that one was really cool too. So I can't tell if I want to do a moon themed island or if I want to do like a bright city kind of vibe, like Hawaii, cute, I don't know, brightly colored city core island, which would be really cool too. I have also thought about doing like a western core, kind of like a ghost town, like cowboy, I don't know, western type of island. And I just feel like that would be too similar to the island that I'm working on right now. I feel like I want to do something a little bit different tonal wise, because this island's very, like I said, orange and brown, and that's what I would have in mind for like a western island. So I think I would get too burnt out on the color palette and want to do something different, but I've always wanted to do a western island. I saw this dream address once that made a really cool like pattern using some of the cactus items and like chopped bamboo and everything. And ever since I saw that island, I really wanted to do it. And I think it would be really fun to make like the canyons that they have, like with terraforming and everything. But I do think that it would take a lot of pathing, because I think I would want to use the light dirt color for all of the ground, even though I guess if we did an island kind of like in this time, it would have like that very yellowy, brownish, orangey grass, which would work too. But I think I would want to put pathing down, and I honestly don't know if I am patient enough to do that, because that's so much pathing. And I know a lot of people have done like desert islands and even tropical islands, like the tropical resort island I was talking about earlier. I think I could definitely see myself doing a lot of sand pathing for that one, which would be way too much work for me. So I don't know if Western Core is like in our future, at least not a very soon future. Maybe after a while, maybe after I do an island between this one and maybe it will be the next one, but I don't know, because that's also, I feel like we'll get finished with this island in time for Christmas. And I was trying to do a Christmas island last year, the all blue like city core island, and I did a couple builds on the island and I actually really liked it, but that's when I got very burnt out on Animal Crossing, so I did never finish that island. But I would love to do a Christmas or winter themed island. I also think a part of the reason I got so burnt out last year around that time was because I was trying to do so many different winter islands, because I had my Alaska island, I had my what's it called, the city core one, and I swear I had another winter island too that I can't remember what it was. But so many snowy islands, and for someone who doesn't even see the snow in real life, I got way too burnt out on the snow. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys told me I would get burnt out on the snow, and I was like, guys, I got this. I can work on 70 different winter islands all at the same time. Nope, I was wrong. I definitely got burnt out, and it just burnt me out on Animal Crossing altogether. And honestly, I was going through a little bit of stuff in real life too, so that kind of deterred me from like doing anything that I kind of enjoyed, which is like sad sounding. But I don't know if you guys ever go through like a lot of stressful things and then you kind of like go away from things that you enjoy. So Animal Crossing was just put on the back burner, and then that's when I started playing the game a little slower a couple months later on my like Forever Island, and that's what brought me back to Animal Crossing, because I got enough into Animal Crossing that I felt the urge to design again. And on that island I was designing, but I didn't have the items readily accessible to me that I wanted to decorate with. So I wanted an island again that I could actually decorate with. And that's when I started really craving like a fall island, even though it's like midsummer. It's not even August when I'm recording this. So we're starting fall a little bit early, but maybe some of you guys will find this video later in fall and then you'll be like, what are you even talking about? But another island I was also thinking about was a medieval island, and like I said, I did have that one as an option for the stream island, but we went with storybook, so no medieval. But I did mention in that stream that I would love to do those themes again, so like we had the Candyland, which is another one that I feel like we could do for winter, because when I imagine that island in my head, it is set in winter. So maybe if we don't do a Christmas island, we can just do like a general winter island, and Candyland would work for that. But yeah, medieval was another one that was on that list, and I kind of have two ideas for a medieval island. One of them is like a very beige, using the storefront, using maybe, I don't know, a lot of barrels and everything, having some more neutral colored villagers. I don't know, like a more rustic, vintagey kind of like medieval village. And another option would be like more like almost kidcore, but like a more fun take on medieval, where we could have like a jousting area, we could have like a bunch of castles, we could have like a jester stage and use Pietro, which I think would be super fun. And ooh, okay, so I think I said in the other video I do not like Angus, and honestly I do not like him at all, but he's like the closest villager that we could have had. But yeah, I'm not gonna take him. And also I feel like we're getting a lot of bottles for some reason. But yeah, I just don't like Angus. His shirt reminds me of Guy Fieri, and I am not vibing with it. So I am not gonna take him, even though technically he's like a farmcore villager and matches the color scheme. There's just something about his character design that I just do not like. So I refuse to have him because I only want villagers that spark joy. We should only keep things in life that spark joy. I mean, I don't think that's technically true, but when it comes to Animal Crossing, maybe I don't torture myself with villagers that I don't like. Oh, I did remember I wasn't working on another winter island, but I was working on Sablewood, which was actually a medieval island, and that was like a members only. And I think that also contributed to my burnout because I was just, like I said, doing way too many islands at once. So that's something that I'm trying not to do. I'm trying not to burn myself out on Animal Crossing by taking on way too many islands. So I think 3 is my cutoff. I technically have 4 if you count my Forever Island, but maybe 3 when it comes to like fully decorating, because I do like to have a couple, so if I get bored with one I can switch over to the other one. Like if I were getting like a little tired of farmcore one day, I could just switch over to my stream island and try decorating a little bit on that one, and it just like clears my mind and lets me get back into the other island that I was enjoying without like having to like restart. Oh, Flurry. Not taking her, very winter. So not for this island. I think I don't remember if I've ever had her on an island before, but I think she's so cute, and honestly I really like the hamsters, and I feel like they get a lot of hate, but I think they're so cute. Just in general, I like a lot of the small villagers, and I feel like you don't really see the hamsters on a lot of islands, and I gotta say I like them. But yeah, I like a lot of the small villagers. Like I do like the mice villagers, and I feel like they get a lot of hate. And I like the squirrels. Hazel's my favorite and she's a squirrel. And then my second favorite is Cousteau, who's a frog. And I love all the frog villagers, even though there's some that aren't my favorite. Like Prince isn't my favorite, even though we're gonna have him on Marigold. And then Diva's not my favorite either. And I don't like, I can't think of the one's name that has like the big lips with the beauty mark. Gigi, I think. I don't like her either. So yeah, but I think I like all the other frogs if I can think of all of them in my head. But yeah, I just like the tiny villagers. Okay, and this is the last island type that I'm gonna bring up that I've been thinking about doing, like a theme for an island. It's like a sleepy pastel kidcore. And I feel like every time I see a couple of villagers, I always say I want to do like a sleepy island. And that's whenever I see like Dizzy, Sherb, Judy, I feel like they just give off very sleepy villager island vibes. I don't know. They look so sleepy and their colors are light and soft, like a light blue. Just gives me like sleepy vibes. So I feel like a sleepy core, kidcore island would be really cute. But by the way, Goldie's on this island. I feel like Goldie could fit this island, but we already have one dog, and I don't want to have too many, so I'm going to leave her. We did think about her for Marigold, because we're doing Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and Goldilocks could have been Goldie the dog, but instead we went with making a human character for Goldilocks, which, by the way, I still have to make all those additional characters, and now I'm wondering if we're even going to have room for all of them, because we have my character, we have Goldilocks, we have Snow White, we have Tiana, and I think there's one more that I can't think of, but a lot of human characters, which is going to be fun to make. But yeah, for a sleepy core, I guess you could call it, a sleepy island, I feel like you could do like a lot of cloud patterns and maybe do like a sky island with it. I don't know, I just imagine like a lot of cloud custom codes. And I know they do have like sky patterns that you can place on the ground, so I think that would be really interesting. I just feel like I would run out of ideas for that island, but maybe just a general like pastel kidcore island, which would be pretty cute. I did try doing one for Easter, but that's still when I was in my burnout phase, so I kind of made the entrance and then just quit. I've made a lot of entrances and then just stopped the island completely, especially because I did just say in the video that I recorded the voiceover for earlier, I'm just very talkative today, that the entrance is always the hardest part of the island for me to decorate because it's such a flat area and you're really not working with anything. You don't know like which direction you want to take the path. You don't know what kind of like decorating like you want, like what path of decorating you want to go into. So the entrance is always the hardest for me, and then once I have the entrance done and it's something that I'm like decently fine with, the next build is always so much easier because I just have like, I don't know, something to work off of. When it's like a blank slate, I feel like my brain goes blank. It's like I don't even know where to start. But once I already have a path that I can just continue and decorate around, place a couple trees, and I'm there, baby. I can decorate anything once there's something to start with. But I guess that kind of goes into our next conversation that I kind of had written down for myself, and that's a couple ideas that I have for this island. And I have built one of these already. I don't know if you noticed, but when I shared my map earlier, in editing, I'm going to put like a censored photo over the map because I have built a little bit more on the island already, and I've built one of these ideas, but I'm going to keep you guessing. I'm not going to let you know which one until that video comes out. But I've been thinking about doing different things for this island, and one of them is actually introducing more of a let's play style for decorating, because right now I've done 2 speed builds, and the next area that I have built up I think is fun for a let's play. So I'm gonna try to keep that video as a let's play because I did talk over it, but if I go to edit it and I don't like it, I'm just gonna mute the video and talk over it and put it into a speed build format. But I do really like how that build turned out, and I do think we have like a couple smaller areas that I think are good for let's plays. I just have to be in the mood for a let's play. Like right now I feel like pretty talkative, and we need to be in a talkative mood to do a let's play, because I tried to do a let's play for the entrance video, and when I was making that, I think I was just too tired because it was after work. Like right now is after work too, but for some reason it's a Monday. I'm energized for the week to go. Maybe it's because my birthday's coming up, I don't know. But I have to be in like the right mood for a let's play, and I just think I wasn't for the entrance video. I was just very like low energy, and it was not coming out the way I wanted to, and that's actually when I built a different version of the entrance, and I think I just didn't like that entrance enough either, so I scrapped that one and then just built up the entrance that we currently have on this island, and I do like that one a lot more. I just recorded that one as like a speed build, so it wasn't a let's play to begin with, but the initial version of the entrance was. But yeah, I didn't like it, so I just scrapped it. But in that video, I talked about an idea that I had, and that's to do a big pumpkin patch and a pumpkin display. I really want to do a pumpkin patch on this island. I had one on Bouville with the museum, but it was so tiny that it didn't really give the vibe that I wanted to. I was definitely running out of room on the island, and that's something I never really like had an issue with before, but I think it's to do with Citycore, and I've always heard Horrible Gaming say like, oh, I ran out of room for all the ideas I have, and I had never really dealt with that before until I did Citycore, and I think it's because you use so much space just for the road codes, because you have like 3 tiles width of road, and then you have an additional tile on each side for like the sidewalk codes. So just right there, that's 5 tiles. And when you're doing a more natural or like a wavy path kind of on an island, your path is only like 2 tiles wide, like 3 at the max. So you're like over double that just with the pathing on a Citycore island. And I did actually really fall in love with Citycore on that island on Bouville. I did try several other times, like before I started making content, to do Citycore islands, and I just had a hard time figuring out where I wanted the pathing to go, like how to connect things. But I don't know why Bouville, it was just like so natural. I would try a path, and if I didn't like how it ended up, I would just tear it down and redo the pathing, and it was just very easy. But yeah, I want a bigger pumpkin patch on this island, and I feel like I need a very big pumpkin display. I really want to use the dang spooky carriage. I've tried to fit it in on both builds that we've done on this channel and this island. I tried to fit it in the entrance, and I just did the wheat field instead, so there was no really like natural area to put a big spooky carriage or a pumpkin display. And then for the resident services build that just came out earlier this week, I made a small farm. It was definitely not enough room for like a pumpkin patch of like the size that I'm thinking of. So we definitely have room on the island for a pumpkin patch somewhere. And I really want to use all the pumpkin items. And I think I also want to include more of the trees bounty items. I really like the trees, and our island is called Walnut, and that it just gives me walnut vibes. I don't know. Because it looks like it could almost be made out of walnuts, I guess. I don't know. It's really cute. But I think mixed in with the spooky items, it could be very cute. And I do want to use the Turkey Day balloons. I don't remember what it's called, like a Turkey Day decoration. It's like something that you can put on a table. And I think that mixed with the spooky items and the trees bounty items would be really cute for like a whole pumpkin display. And maybe we can also do like a pumpkin carving area. I don't want this island to be very Halloween-y, so all of the Halloween-y sounds kind of funny, but I don't want like all the pumpkins that I've used have all been turned around so they just look like pumpkins instead of like the jack-o'-lanterns. So I don't know if a pumpkin carving area would be too Halloween, because I don't want that vibe across, but maybe instead we could do like a pumpkin cafe, because they do have a bunch of pumpkin food items like the pumpkin pie. I think there's like pumpkin scones, pumpkin muffins, pumpkin everything that you can think of, and I think we could add some like coffee to that mix too, do like a little outdoor cafe and have that like right next to the pumpkin and have the big pumpkin display in the background. That's a good idea. So maybe you'll see a pumpkin cafe, pumpkin patch, pumpkin display entire build put together. But definitely let me know if you prefer my speed builds versus like a let's play. Oh my gosh, it's Wolfgang. I love him. He definitely doesn't fit this island, but we were thinking of having him on Marigold too, but we went with Dobie instead. Everyone suggested Dobie. I don't know. I was going for Fang, but everyone vetoed me, so instead we ended up with Dobie. But I do love Dobie, so it wasn't that much of a fight that I put up. What was I saying? Yeah, let me know if you prefer like speed builds or if you like more of like a let's play style, because I feel like a lot of the videos I watch are actually let's plays. Like Melissaverse does more of like a let's play style. I really like the let's play style that Sparksby does on her channel. I know she has like a let's play island, but she also does some other like longer videos where it's like a let's play style where she's just talking through building. But some of her videos are like 4 hours, and I don't know if I could have enough energy to talk for 4 hours. But maybe so, because even right now with streams, I'm only really streaming for 2 hours. I do want to steadily increase that longer and longer, but you have to like build up stamina, I feel like, because if you've never streamed before, you really don't know like the amount of energy it takes to be like kind of like entertaining for 2 hours straight, especially when you're on face cam. You can't really like slump in your chair for a second. You're like on screen. So you're like on live for 2 hours, and some people do like crazy streams. Like I know Haley Cat is about to do a 24-hour stream in August. She just announced it on her Twitch channel the other day, and she's going to be completing her Critterpedia for that 24 hours, which I think is really fun. But I don't think I could imagine talking for 24 hours straight. And I do know you like take breaks and everything, but she was saying that she doesn't even take like lunch breaks or anything, which is crazy. She'll just eat like small little snacks and run to the bathroom. But could you imagine talking and being entertaining for 24 hours? Like sometimes I just get tired like talking to like people in general life after like 10 minutes. And then for these streamers, that a lot of them like their job is to do it, which makes sense. Like if I work like 8.5-hour days, their job is to like work 8.5 hours on stream. But even for like my day job, I'm not like talking to people for 8.5 hours. But I guess like when I worked in the service industry, like I was a hostess at a sports bar. That was my first ever job that I had. And you kind of had to be on kind of like that whenever different people would come up to you and ask for like a table and everything. And also for like servers or people who just work in the service industry in any way. And by the way, those are some of the worst jobs ever. Like if you work in the service industry, I'm honestly sorry for you, because people can be so rude for no reasons. Like, you know, they call them like Karens, but I don't know how you even think it's appropriate to like yell at someone working. Like even at my previous jobs, I worked as a utilization review nurse, and I would call doctors' offices and ask for office notes, and I would let them know if the procedures were approved or denied by the insurance company. And some of these people working in a doctor's office would literally curse you out if a surgery was denied for some reason. And I'm like, I did not write the policy that this is based off of. I'm literally just doing my job, and you're screaming at me. Like, I could never imagine, especially at work, like screaming and cussing at someone is just crazy to me. But also just like screaming at a waitress or screaming at someone who like works at Target is absolutely insane to me. I feel like I treat service workers like they are oh, I ran out of tickets. 1 second. Okay, I got another stack, but I feel like I treat service workers like they are gods of the earth, because you could I saw a meme about this, I think, on the internet, and it was like, if I was sitting at a restaurant and they brought me a bowl of rats, I would be like, excuse me, I think you've given me someone else's bowl of rats. This is not what I ordered. Like, I don't know what it would take me to yell at someone. Because, like, I feel like I'm not a very angry person in general. But, like, these people that, like, you get, like, you order an iced drink at, like, a Starbucks or, like, a Dutch Bros or something, and they give you a hot drink, and some people will sit there and, like, scream at the baristas. Like, I just be like, hey, this is wrong. Can I have what I actually asked for? But to yell at someone is crazy to me. And I've definitely noticed it with like a certain generation. I'm not gonna say what, but like a little bit of entitlement with like that stuff. Like, this barista is just working their job. Like, do you think they want to be standing here? Like, I swear everyone probably would not be working. Like, and you're gonna treat them like they owe you everything in the world when it's literally just like a cup of coffee. Like, people are insane. Anyways, but yes, I want a big pumpkin patch and a pumpkin display, and like I said, maybe a pumpkin cafe in that area too. Another area I really want to do on this island is an apple orchard. And I was thinking of doing like an apple cafe with it, but now if I have a pumpkin cafe, I don't think I want to do an apple cafe and a pumpkin cafe. I feel like one cafe is fine. I feel like 2 cafes is just way too many cafes for one tiny island. I also mentioned it in the video that came out earlier this week, but I am trying really hard to do a lot more terraforming on this island. I did like some land terraforming, like cliff terraforming in the first video, and then the second video of this island, like the second decorating video of this island, I did like in-game pathing, I did cliff terraforming, and I did water terraforming, which is like a big step for me, because to add waterscaping to an island, that's like my nemesis, I feel like, but I think it turned out pretty good. But I really want to do more terraforming, and something that I was thinking of with terraforming would be to do a land bridge, because I see so many people use land bridges on their island, and I always love them so much, and I've never done anything like that on one of my islands before. Like, the only real terraforming I've done, like Bouville, I really only used like probably a combined total of like 10 blocks of terraforming, and all of them were in order to make like a fake building. I used like 2 blocks of terraforming in the entrance to give Kevin a little garage, and then I used like a little bit of terraforming in the back of the island where I had the university, just so I could add the second layer of medieval building sides or castle sides, or whichever one I used for that build. So that was very limited. Oh, baby Walker, he's so cute. I feel like we aren't getting like any farm villagers. Like, we had Angus and Norma, but that was like kind of it. But yeah, very little terraforming on those islands. Pebble, I had like one tiny little river in the very front of the island, and then I had like a cliff in the back, and then a cliff to make like a giant sandcastle. And honestly, I think, no, they weren't combined, but they're very close to each other. And then I also had a little bit of terraforming in order to make it made like a giant pirate ship on that island, and I used a little bit of terraforming there, but very little terraforming in general. And then what's another island? Rubble, I had cliff on the left side of the island, and that was it. There was no, actually I did have a lake on that island, so there was a little bit of water terraforming, but it was like 7 tiles of water. Was it? No, wait, now I'm trying to think if I actually had water, or if it was supposed to be like a dried up version of a lake and I didn't actually use water on that island. I can't remember now. I think it was supposed to be a lake, but then I made it like a dried up lake, so I don't even know if I used water terraforming. I don't think I did, actually. But anyways, yeah, very little terraforming has been done in my life, and I really want to push myself, and I really want to make a land bridge, or maybe even 2 land bridges, because some of the build ideas that I have, I feel like would have very cool like overviews. I really like overviews of areas, and this idea that I have, because I've talked about it I think already, because when we did the code chopping I talked about it, but I want to do like a vineyard, and I think that would be a really cool overlook, and then I think the pumpkin patch would be a cool overlook, so maybe we could include at least a platform or a land bridge in those areas, so you could look out and see all the build. And yeah, the apple orchard, I feel like we could do an overview too, and maybe even do like a double layer orchard, so have like apple trees on the bottom layer and then build up a cliff and have more apple trees to make it look very grand. And then another idea I had for this island that includes terraforming is actually making a really big lake. I don't know why, but whenever I see an island and they have a huge lake on it, I immediately run to the lake. I'm like, please show me the lake. And I had a Valentine's Day island that I never finished because it was not done by Valentine's Day, and then I got mad and just deleted it. I was gonna say it might be on my Switch Lite still, but actually on my Switch Lite I still have my hard mode island, which is insane. I think it's just chilling on there like a whole year and a half untouched. But I made a big lake on the Valentine's Day island, and I surrounded it with flowers and butterfly models, and I feel like that's something we could do on this island too. I feel like we could use the yellow butterfly models and the monarch butterfly models, and I feel like that would be so cute. But on the Valentine's Day island, I used ladybugs and I think just the normal common white butterfly model. I think those are the 2 that I used, and I think I included bushes around it too. And I don't think I have any pictures of it, but I thought it was very cute. But I think a really big lake would be cool, but I don't know if it would be considered like a waste of space, but in order to have like a big lake, it takes up a lot of room. But yeah, those are like my main ideas for the island, kind of just different build ideas. Oh, it's Olive. I will say I am not 100% the biggest fan of Olive, but someone had Olive on their island the other day, and I looked at her and I was like, she's a lot cuter than I remember. She's not really a farmcore villager, but she is very cute and she is very fall, but I don't think I'm gonna take her. I was thinking about it, but I don't think I'm gonna take her. I'm just gonna leave instead, and we'll leave her behind, because I really do want to get like actual farmcore villagers. Like, I want a horse. I want maybe another chicken. I have a cow. I do have a pig, but I want more. Am I being too greedy? Like, I feel like Spork would be really good. Elmer would be really good. I did say for a smug villager I would take Henry. Like, there's a couple that are very good. I would even take Drift, because I think Drift is Drift a jock? I think he's a jock. And I don't have a jock on this island because we just got rid of Snake. So I do have an opening for jock, because I have mentioned in other videos, but I want a villager of each personality type on this island, because I never do that. And I know you get like certain DIYs from them and certain reactions, but that's not really the reason that I want to do it. I want to do it because I feel like I have a tendency to favor specific personality types, and I never end up having like a snooty villager, and I just neglect a lot of the girl villagers, even though like some of my favorite villagers are girls, but in general I feel like some of those don't fit my island. But like, I would love to have like Hazel on this island. She's a sisterly, and I feel like I don't have a lot of sisterly villagers on my islands for some reason, and snooty villagers definitely not. Like, I feel like the only snooty villager I've ever had on an island was Pearl. I don't know if that's factual, but I think it might be. I think Pearl might be the only snooty villager I've ever had on an island, unless I did have Chai, but I don't remember what personality type she is. I have a feeling she's like either a peppy or a normal, but I might be completely wrong. So I'll look it up after I record this video, because now I'm curious, but I really feel like she's a peppy or a normal. But I do want an even split of villagers, but I all want them to be very farmcore, because there are a lot of very cute farmcore villagers, and even like fall villagers. Like, I would definitely take Maple, I would take Fauna, I would take Eric, I would take I was gonna say Deirdre, but I don't know if I like her, and I think I made a short about this, like which peppy villager or which cottagecore villagers I like and I don't like, and I said Deirdre, and a lot of people were like pretty mad in the comments. They were like, how dare you? And I said I didn't like Pashmina either, and a lot of people were upset about that, so sorry, but I do not like them. But we have, I think his name is Rowan. I'm pretty sure his name is Rowan. Are you Rowan? Yes. I do like the name Rowan, but I always forget about this villager. He reminds me of Tony the Tiger, but I don't think I've ever even thought about having him on an island before. Something else that I wanted to talk about during this video is some ideas that I have for the community of my channel, because we are at 5.25k subscribers, and I kind of want to do something special when I hit 6,000, because I was planning to do something special when I hit 5,000, but that's when I got like burnt out from making videos and streaming and all of that and took a break. I hit that milestone when I was away, so I have gained like 250 subscribers since coming back, which is amazing. Thank you all of you new people and all of you old people and everyone that even comes and watches my videos. But I was wanting to do something for 6,000 subscribers, because we're getting like semi-close to that, and I was thinking of doing like a 6-hour stream, which I feel like isn't that crazy, but it's crazy for me because right now we're only doing like 2-hour streams, so I feel like I could definitely get a lot of like decorating done if we did like a 6-hour stream. I really don't know how people do like 12 hours and 24 hours. When was even the last time I was awake for 24 hours? I feel like the last time I was awake for 24 hours was back in 2015, when I had just like started like dating, I guess, my husband, and we were like right out of high school, and we were like texting the whole time and just being like weird children talking to each other the entire night. But I think that's the last time I've been awake for 24 hours, which might be like a pretty like privileged thing to say. I don't know. When was the last time you were awake for 24 hours? But I couldn't even imagine streaming for 24 hours. I already said that, but yeah, doing like maybe a 6,000 subscriber thing. I know I was just putting out ideas for my birthday stream. I did just put out a community post today But you've probably already voted in it if you're watching this video. But I think the thing that's winning is actually decorating, which is nice. So we'll probably decorate on Marigold for the first time on my birthday stream, which will be 8/4, which is very exciting. My birthday's 8/5. But a couple options were like touring islands, because I really do like visiting other people's islands and seeing like how people decorate, because even if it's just like one item that you use on your island that I've completely forgot about, like you've given me inspiration. And I just love I just love seeing other people decorate, and especially in like ways that I don't normally decorate, because it's something that I can take like from you and like tweak it to my style and put it on my island. And first of all, this community is so freaking talented. So of course I'm going to be amazed by all of the work that all of you do. And I get to hear about all the islands that you guys are working on in stream. You guys tell me about it. Like this past stream, we had a couple people restart. So it will be like amazing to be there like when you guys just restarted your island, all the way to where you post that DA and I get to visit it, the one that you've been like talking about this whole time. I don't know, to me like that sounds pretty interesting. But I do feel like with some of those streams, some people get like angry if you go to other people's islands and not their islands. Like I don't want to start any fights like, oh, you didn't tour my island, and it's like, well, I can't tour everyone's island. I'm only live for like 2 hours and it takes a little bit to tour an island, so I don't want to like make anyone angry if I don't visit their island. And I'm like very against conflict. Like if I can avoid conflict, I'm gonna avoid conflict as much as possible. So like don't yell at me, please, I'm trying my best. But yeah, I thought about like dream tours. Another thing that someone brought up was doing a fashion show, and I did do one last year on stream, and we did have some technical difficulties. Some people kept flying back out and resetting the fashion show, but that's always really fun. I did participate in one for Crossing over on Twitch one time, in which, by the way, I won my episode, so that was fun. But I had a really good time like participating in one, and I had a really good time like hosting one, I guess. We did it on Bouville right after I finished that island, and it was really fun. We did it like based around Halloween, so I would probably want to change it up for this if we did another fashion show. Maybe we could do like a winter themed fashion show when it gets closer. I also want to give people enough time to apply if they want to be in the fashion show, as well as give them enough time to collect their outfits, because sometimes it takes a while to find like certain custom designs that you want to wear, or even in-game clothing that you want to wear. Like if you want to go to like a treasure island and find a certain dress that you need for an outfit or something. I've also thought of doing a couple member-only streams. I've never done that before. I've had member-only videos, and I used to do a podcast on those too, and those were like just very rambly videos, so I might do that again maybe, because I do like to ramble on about a lot of stuff. But doing member streams, I've been a part of a couple member streams. Like I was just in Little Branches Crossing. Oh my gosh, it's Poppy! I mean, technically he's a horse, but he doesn't give like very fall vibes, because he's supposed to be in a copy. Is that how you say that word? I think. But yeah, not a horse that I want. I want Elmer. Where's Elmer? And also, for some reason, I keep thinking that we're only doing the peppy, normal, and lazy villager hunt, when this is everyone. So I need to get that out of my head, that I can easily get like a lazy villager, because this is villager hunting with all of the villagers. But yeah, I was saying I was thinking of doing member-only streams, and maybe we could do the streams where, maybe if we just have like small little filler areas, like on this island, I could do a member stream, and you guys could just like keep me company while I decorate that area. Or if you guys like want anything like specific for a member stream, definitely let me know. But it's a little special, I guess. I do have like pretty inexpensive memberships. I used to have a couple different layers of memberships, but I don't know, I felt weird taking people's money for that. And it was just more work for me, honestly, and I felt bad if I couldn't put a video out. I'd be like, people are paying for this and they're not getting a video. So I made it like relatively cheap, just so you could get like the emotes and the badge next to your name. But I think it would be fun to do a couple extra like member related things, like streams and stuff. Oh, it's Coco. Not for this island. I do like Coco though, even though apparently she scares some people, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I thought about doing maybe even like random member only videos or member only streams. So if you're a member, let me know like what you guys would like to see on my channel as like a thing for being a member. And if you are a member, thank you so much. Or if you've ever even thought about becoming a member, thank you. But even just for subscribing, that's like a free way to support the channel, so I appreciate you. I've also thought about going back to do some HHP challenges. I also did one of those, and it was a pumpkin spice cafe themed, and we got to visit some of the HHP builds that you guys built, and they were so good. And I am incredibly jealous because I am not very good at decorating interiors, and you guys are literally amazing. Like, I feel like interior decorating in real life is a little bit easier than it is decorating in Animal Crossing. I am much more a decorator of the island rather than decorating of the houses. I think I've only really decorated one interior, and that was on Bouville, and I made like a haunted house, which really only ended up being like 4 rooms because I blocked off a couple rooms. So I made like a dining room, I made like a changing room, I made like a surveillance room where they like control the animatronics or the fog machine, and then I made a dungeon where I hid Chops and I think it was Rizzo in the dungeon for some weird reason. But yeah, I think that was the only interior I've done. And I have competed, I guess it's not really competed, I've participated in a Happy Home Paradise challenge thing. It was for Bois Crossing, and it wasn't like a normal Happy Home Paradise challenge that she did, but it was using some app, I don't remember. But I decorated Harry's interior when I was doing Rubble because I was making him a junkyard, and I was testing out what kind of items I wanted to use on the actual island. So I just used that like as an inspiration for a real island, which I think turned out well. But yeah, I think I would do another Happy Home Paradise challenge. I just need like ideas for what types of challenge. Like I said before, we did a pumpkin spice cafe, which was very cute, and a lot of you guys did so well. But I need to come up with other ideas on what to do for those challenges. Oh, I wish you were Timbra. I really do like the sheep too. Or rams, what are they considered? Because they have like the little swirly horns. And wait, in real life, do rams of both genders have horns or only boys? Because I think all of the sheep villagers have those, don't they? Maybe I'm just ignorant. Actually, I'm gonna Google it. See, this is why Google is amazing. Yes, female sheep do have horns. So, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, are all the sheep transgender? Because I know, like, a lot of people say Julia, the peacock, is transgender because the style of her character is more like a boy peacock than, like, what a traditional, like, female peacock would look like. So, a lot of people say that she's transgender, which I think is so cute. And I know that it does seem like Nintendo is giving a little bit more like spreading their wings and giving more inclusivity. Like they've had Sasha, which I feel like everyone initially thought Sasha was a girl villager when she was first announced in the Nintendo Direct. And then I know some people were like upset when it was announced that Sasha was a boy, which is just insane. It's literally just a character in the video game. But yeah, I feel like they're being a little bit more inclusive, and I feel like, has it been proven that Flick and CJ are in a relationship? Or is that just something that we all, like, say and agree on? Because that's cute if they do actually have, like, a little gay couple in Animal Crossing. I think I talked about this in another video, but I do ship a lot of characters together, and I do include that in, like, same-sex couples. Like I said, Sasha and Fuchsia are in a relationship in my head, and a lot of you commented other like couples that you thought are together, and it was very cute. So I appreciate you guys commenting on the videos and like giving ideas or just rambling on with me and my random thoughts. Another idea for like a community thing that I want to do is I actually want to do a stream or a video where I do, oh my gosh, it's Victoria. Do I want her though? I think I'm just gonna take her because it has been a very long time of villager hunting, and I've been rambling on for a really long time, and I actually love Victoria. I don't know if she's like specifically like perfect for this island, but she's a horse and she's brown and yellow, so she fits. I know a lot of people don't like her like little face mask that she has on, but I think it is so cute. And I mean, eventually if we do want to kick her out, we can always do that if we change our minds and want someone else. But yeah, Victoria is coming to the island, so let's fly back home real quick. Is it official? Is Victoria moving in? Yes, she is. I guess let's just time travel to the next day to get her moved onto the island. And now that I'm thinking about it, I have a build in progress, and I think she would be perfect for that build. So I'm very excited to have her on the island. So we might actually keep her. I know I said it was a maybe, but yeah, I think I'm going to keep her. But yeah, let's get her moved in. I'll be right back. And that kind of worked out perfectly. Her house is right next to mine, and I don't think I actually need to change the exterior of her house. I think the only thing I would change is maybe the roof color to be a little darker and give her like a little wreath for her door. But let's go say hello. Her house is very interesting. We will be doing the interiors of all the villagers. Well, I'm planning to do the interiors of all the villagers, so we will definitely have to change this. And I kind of feel bad for her. Her own house is like a racetrack with people. Like, imagine having a wallpaper where people are staring at you like this. And imagine having a wallpaper where it moves the whole day. That would drive me insane. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Thanks so much for being here. And before you leave, make sure to give the video a like, comment, and to subscribe. I'm so happy that we found Victoria, and hopefully you found my rambling interesting, at least a little bit. But if you have any comments or on anything I said, just leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends. Oh, I actually can wave. Let me try. Bye, friends.